Pentagram's new album, Lightning in a Bottle, was just released on January 31st, 2025. And this is the band's 10th studio album, following their 2015 release called Curious Volume. The album has a new producer and a mostly new lineup. So in today's review, given the new lineup and length of time between releases, I want to answer the question, is this their comeback album? So this album was released at the end of January 31st. They are a stoner metal and doom metal band. They've been around a long time. They date back to 1971, although their first album was released, I think, around 1985. But this album features 11 tracks, there's 3 bonus tracks, just lots of heavy riffs, and the lyrics are very introspective. I think that's one thing this band is known for. There's one song in particular that's very personal, which is called Lady Heroin. And it's about main singer, who is actually the only main member or original member still in the band, called Bobby Liebling. He's had a lifelong battle with opiate addiction. So this song is about his struggles with that. So I'll talk more about that a little later. Basically, this album and this band, they are known as a doom metal band, considered to be like the big four of doom, which is missing Black Sabbath for some reason. But I read it somewhere, I think it's Candlemass, Saint Vitus, Trouble, and Pentagram as the big four of doom. Why, I don't know, but there has to be a big four of like everything, right? Anyway, basically it's doom metal, but it's that older, more retro doom metal. Lots of psychedelic rock influences, a little bit of like punk inspiration from some of the songs. And this band has been doing this for a long time. As for the critics, they say it basically captures what Pentagram is, the same type of music they've been playing over the years, and they're really great songwriters. People were anticipating this because this band has had like a very difficult past, given that Bobby's struggles with opiate addiction and everything. And since it's been 10 years, I think a lot of people didn't know if this album was going to come out. Let me talk about the new lineup, because I think this is a very strong lineup, given that 3 of the members come from one particular band and they all have a particular background in doom and this type of music. So other than Bobby Liebling on vocals, he's the original member, but we have Tony Reed on guitar. He is part of a band with the other guys called Mos Generator, and he's also a producer for various metal acts. So he also produced this album, so he brings that to the table as well. If you didn't know, Mos Generator, they're a hard rock trio formed in 2000 in Port Orchard, Washington, and they're known for their unique blend of psychedelic doom, stoner metal, and retro rock. They've been compared to both Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. Personally, I've never listened to this band, but it sounds like the perfect fit for this type of band. On bass is Scooter Haslip. He's also from the same band, Mos Generator. And on drums is Henry Vasquez. He's actually not from that band, but he's played with Saint Vitus and another band called Spirit Caravan, which has another classic doom metal band. The singer, his name is Wino, who's also in The Obsessed, which I did a video on that. I think it was like last year. So as for this new lineup, I think it's a really good, solid lineup. I think Tony Reed and Scooter Haslip, given that they were in this band, Mos Generator, they do have a lot of the same influences. Some of their previous guitarists, for example, Matt Goldsboro, he had a completely different style. So I think Tony Reed is bringing in a new style as well as production experience. So I think that's a positive. As for the drumming, Henry Vasquez, he's known for having very powerful style, and a lot of people said that their former drummer, which is Minnesota Pete Campbell, had a different approach. So a lot of people are thinking that this guy Henry Vasquez might be a better fit for the band. Now let me go track by track. Opening track was Live Again. This was one of the singles. This is the one where they had the music video. Lots of heavy galloping rhythms. The guitar solos have a very psychedelic rock feel. Song goes through these different rhythmic shifts and has a slow guitar outro. So pretty cool opening track. I think I've listened to this one in the Panic Room. This one picks up the pace a little faster heavy metal rhythm. They do those deep string bends. They have some clean guitars and softer psychedelic rock vocals in the middle of the song. So I notice a lot of these songs, they'll get really heavy at first, but then they'll kind of like get soft, maybe go into like this different psychedelic rock direction, and they'll slow it down. So I usually like that. It keeps things interesting. The next song is I Spoke to Death. Now the opening riff was very, it sounded very like grungy, like a Melvins type of sludge type of sound. And the vocals, I don't know, it reminded me of like Jethro Tull from Stand Up, like that late 60s sound. That's what I thought of when I listened to the song. But pretty cool song. It's heavy, has like the slow melodic guitar solo, followed by this really fast shredding guitar solo. Then the song called Del Pain, just basic, slow, heavy doom metal, some clean guitars in the middle. This was one of those songs that I don't have much to say about. It's just basic, straightforward doom, straightforward Pentagram, nothing much else to say about it. Then the song I was talking about before called Lady Heroin. And I like this song a lot. I think it's probably the best song on the album. It has the drum intro, faster guitar riffs. There were parts of it sounded like Stone Temple Pilots, like from their like third or fourth album. Had this like soft interlude with the trippier singing. And I think because it's such a very personal song, I think it has the best vocals, and I think I like this one a lot. It was more of like a psychedelic rock type of song, but with lots of doom influences. So that was probably my favorite song. Next song is called I'll Certainly See You in Hell. Now, I read the song title, and I'm thinking that song by the Grim Reaper, See You in Hell, my friend, but like a more formal version of that. That's kind of what went through my mind. But another classic rock sounding song, more like heavy rock from the late 60s, and the guitar solo had a retro sound. Then there's the Thundercrest. Now I'm listening to the song, and the guitar riff sounded very familiar. It's a simple guitar riff. It took me a while to think of what song it sounded like, but I came to the conclusion. And it sounds a lot like Zero the Hero by Black Sabbath. The riffs were very similar, but other than that, pretty cool doom metal, one of the faster and heavier songs. This song called Solve the Puzzle. This one's a little darker, a little heavier. Chorus was a little more melodic. The guitar riffs are kind of simple. I think this band doesn't really try to get too flashy when writing their guitar riffs. I think they just want a good riff that works for the song, even if it is kind of simple. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Then there's Spread Your Wings. It has some slow classic rock guitar riffs, more of a laid-back song. It sounds like a rock song with doom metal riffs and has a melodic guitar solo. Track Lightning in a Bottle. This one has some slow and sludgy guitar riffs. The verse section was softer at clean guitars. I read some reviews. A lot of people were saying this song and many others reminded them of the band Clutch. So I can hear that as well. This is the only song I heard the bass guitar. So that's pretty cool. And the last part was a little faster. Then the last song, not counting the bonus tracks, which I'm not going to talk about just to keep this shorter. Walk the Sociopath. It's very slow, has heavy guitar riffs, it's very trippy, and has some weird sound effects. So now for my final thoughts to answer the question, is this their comeback album? It's not a comeback album in the sense of Deep Purple's Perfect Strangers, where it's just like awesome album after a 10-year break. It's not that. Is it a decent album? Yes. Is it good to hear the band still going strong after all these years? Yeah, I would say that. Is it anything like, am I going to skip any songs when I listen to it? Probably no, but it's decent. But it's not anything that's like going to go, like nobody's going to be talking about this album like in 10 years from now saying that this is their greatest comeback. It's not that, but it's decent. It's okay. So my score is a 7 out of 10. And that is all. So thanks for watching. I'm going to stick another video right here. I've never covered this band before. Maybe The Obsessed. I mentioned that band before, so they released an album. I'll stick that one there. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.